So Tammy, until I saw an article over the last couple of days, I had no idea that the president was proposing some things to stimulate the housing market. The National Association of Realtors, which has been in the news for not so great things over the last couple of weeks, has shown its support for President Biden's willingness to address affordable housing during his address during the President's State of the Union address on Thursday, March the 7th. He says, and this is a quote from Biden, "If inflation keeps coming down, mortgage rates will come down as well. But I'm not waiting. I want to provide an annual tax credit that will give Americans $400 a month for the next 2 years as mortgage rates come down, to put that money toward their mortgage when they buy a first home or a trade-up home for a little more space." What do you think about that? That's a $4,800 tax credit per year that's being proposed. It's not being formalized. It hasn't been approved, I'm guessing, which it would probably need to be approved by Congress. What would you think about that?
More money is more money, right? Like more money, it's there. But most of the time, the affordability of homes starts from, and this is just my perspective, okay? I've not dug into this, but starts from the cost of construction, the community costs. People are wanting to get into areas they typically can't get into, but then you get into the down payment price. And with most of the homes already costing a lot, love the idea of a credit monthly, but how does that give you money back monthly? How does that discount your budget monthly?
My guess is it doesn't. My guess is it increases the refund you would get or decreases your tax obligation.
So, the family would still have to budget monthly for it, but then they would also still have to come up with a large down payment. So I would love to see more programs out there based upon, history and good credit scores, and something that says this person has the ability and the wherewithal, but they don't maybe have, the 20% down, and the PMI is just too much. So maybe something decreasing PMI for a period of time.
The president also talked about eliminating title insurance fees for federally backed mortgages and urged Congress to pass his plan to build and renovate 2 million affordable homes. I don't think we need to be waiving anything in terms of title insurance unless people will have an insured title regardless of whether or not they have that. So here's my thought. First of all, there is no doubt that in order to get the housing market jump started again, headed in the right direction, we really just need more inventory is the most important thing we need. But for us to take government money and give it away $400 a month or $4,800 a year to people who buy homes, I don't think that's necessarily going to solve the problem. We got to figure out how to increase the affordability, to make it where more people can afford a home, and I think that is important. The National Association of Realtors first sounded the alarm on the issue with original research showing a nationwide shortage, and Tammy, you hear numbers about this all the time, of 5.5 million housing units. I've heard anywhere from 2 million to 8 million. Yeah. The National Association of Realtors says we're 5.5 million housing units behind.